Ngqeleni, South Africa, a very warm welcome to a very special live broadcast of Expressions. We're coming to you all the way from Umtata. We are celebrating Mandela Day in a spectacular and big way. As you know, this is definitely the place for you to air your views. I'm your host, Ngqeleni Maphala. Today, we are going to officially be handing over a home to a child-headed household that was actually spearheaded and championed by our producer, Kholosa Lubisi. And you know, this story is a story that touches a lot of people across this country. As we know, Utata Nelson Mandela had a very soft spot for children, and the fact that as Expressions we are championing and spearheading this says a lot. But let me not get too get ahead of myself. As much as I'm excited, I want to Kholosa, who is here with me and one of the beneficiaries, of course, and part of this family, to tell us a little bit about the context. You know, Kholosa, today is such an exciting day, I think, for Expressions. This is our second time that we are literally bringing a home
to many more, Jackie, to many more.
But give us a context. Where are we exactly here in Umtata? But more specifically, what was the need that you recognized on the ground?
Matata Tubakendiz kuni babukeli be Expressions. We are coming to you live apa emangwaneni kwilali yase Ngqeleni apa kwiphondo leMpuma-Koloni. Mamela Jacqueline, we came here on the 20th of June to Expressions. You know, sadibana nemeko ebuhlungu kakhulu yabantwana, you know, abathathu. Oyena umdala una 13, kulo ume apha xa kwam. It was so sad wena Jackie, because abantwana akukho kutya, kulanjiwe. Eyona nto ebuhlungu kukuba bebengenazo i-birth certificates. Into ethi ke bebengafumani nalo social grant, you know. So siyafika namhlanje, we are handing over yimincili. Into endingayitsho nje, angalala endleleni amaqobakazana yazi kunyembelekile.
And of course, I mean, we want to still say hello.
Yes. Uyaphila?
Ndiphila konjani?
Ndiyaphila. Awusemhle azibona uba uyaglowa. Nca i-social grant ingenile?
Ingenile futhi seyigupha umakazi.
Wow.
Okay, so Kholosa, I want to find out. I mean, you mentioned Uguti, they didn't even have IDs and so forth. What are we looking at currently right now? I mean, give us a description of what you found before SABC, all the various stakeholders came aboard to actually make an assistance when it comes to this.
Njengoba bendishilo wena Jackie, into esiyifunele ikukuba abantwana abanazi birth certificates, you know, abantwana abanayo i-social grant, abantwana banakutya, impahla babezinxibile zazigqobhokile, even the house babehlala kulo abalibiza ikhaya lalidilika bengakhuselekanga, because it's not safe for a 13-year-old ba ahlale yedwa ekhayeni. Kodwa sifikile si-Expression sabonelela ke into bana isasa iye yakwazi into bana ingenelele, yakwazi ukulungisa izinto ze-social grant. Sababona namhlanje bethetha nawe Jackie, plus bafika ne-communities izile kumnandi namhlanje bathe nabo bafuna ukubona lento inkulu kangaka kuvulwa umzi.
Tell us a little bit about what was happening today. Who came out? I mean, we know Uguti Expressions was a convener, bringing the right individuals, right organizations to be able to bring something like this to reality. So talk to us a little bit about the stakeholders that were involved, making sure that this day is possible.
Mandiqale ngayo iSizwe Khuphelo Foundation, because yiyo eyafika kuqala yathi sifuna ukunikeza abantwana ikhaya elifana namanye amakhaya elihle, not just nje ikhaya nje. Ifikile ke iSizwe Khuphelo Foundation, iKhula Foundation ibikhona kwasekuqaleni in identifying imeko yabantwana. Sathi sejongile i-community members ihlangane zonke zathi asikwazi uba sihlale nje ngamilo yabantwana. Ifikile ne-birth certificate abantwana banikezwa, kwafika ke ne-community leaders nayo nekumkani efikileyo. So kuhlangenwe yinto enhle kakhulu namhlanje wena Jacqueline.
And now I obviously want to bring into this conversation our beneficiary. Sikujabulele namhlanje. How are you feeling? Uziva kanjani?
Iziva ndonwabile kakhulu, and futhi ndiyabona into zasekhaya ziyalunga, into zethu ziyalunga zonke, and futhi ne-birth certificate sizithole, ne-special grant sinanaso sizithole, umakazi wami uyosikhupha uyosihola.
You know, Kholosa, the theme for Mandela Month, or at least Mandela Day, is to say, do what you can with what you have where you are. What does this mean for you as a producer who got onto the ground, rolled off your sleeves, and you said, you know what, let's do this. Let's make a difference. Let's make an impact.
Iminisha kakhulu lento wena Ngqeleni, because yonke lento endiyiboneleyo ivuselele imbali kantu ethi umntu ngumntu ngabantu. Into ethi ke umthi omnye awulizali ihlathi. Xa sinokuhlangana, singabantu sawenza nyani into ebonakalayo. So ndiyavuya kakhulu ukubona this life changing situation, because eyona nto endandizimisele ngayo kukuba xa ndifika apha, I don't want to just televise it on television kuthiwe oh shame, but we want solutions, and that's what Expressions is all about. Solutions, ubuntu.
Absolutely. We are definitely the legitimate and authentic voice of the youth across this country. As you can see, this place is hive of activities showing there's so much celebration in terms of what Expressions was able to do with various stakeholders. We continue with Mandela Day Celebration. You're watching Expressions. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Expressions, your number one youth current affairs show. We are celebrating Mandela Day in a very spectacular way here on the show. We are handing over at home to a child-headed household. And of course, as Expressions, it's very important for us to make sure that we actually commemorate the theme as well as the legacy of Nelson Mandela, who obviously said to us, can we make a difference? Can we improve the lives, especially of children? Because we know how important children were to him. Now, I'm not having this conversation by myself. Hey, I'm a big gunzi. Yay. I have with me Sizo Kupela, who is from the Sizo Kupela Foundation. I have with me Ndileka Xola, who is the head of communication from the SABC. Hello, SABC. We're proud of us for being here. And I've called Tabisa Mayaba, who is the SASA spokesperson. Today is such a special day to be able to see the community coming out in their numbers to celebrate the fact that we are delivering dignity. We are elevating and improving the livelihoods of children who are extremely vulnerable and disadvantaged. For you, Sizwe, why was this project important? But most importantly, why these children? How did you identify these children?
Very special indeed. This is a very beautiful day for us, especially that today we are honoring our struggling icon, Dr. Mandela. Children are very close to my heart. So when we heard about their heartbreaking story, we felt the need to come and assist. And we are very happy that within a record time, it only took us 19 days to build this beautiful structure. So we're very happy. And we were touched by their situation because children are a future. And we felt that there's a need for us to come to their rescue because they were in need. Of course, it does not stop here. We've made other commitments. We are going to work with them. We want to ensure that they get a brighter future.
It's incredible, the fact that the turnaround time in putting up this amazing structure is what it is. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It says a lot can be done when we come together and we work together. For the SABC, we tell the stories, right? We are always telling the stories, but why was it important for the SABC to be impactful in the story, to make a difference in the stories that we're telling?
It is essentially part of our responsibility and a part of our mandate as the SABC to ensure that we inform, we educate, and we entertain the people. And as we do that, we go deep, we dig deep, we find stories like this one of today, and we come to the rescue. And as you know, as the SABC, our currency is the airtime, and we are able to reach far-flung areas. We reach the unreached, we touch the untouched lives, and we're doing our job when one of our reporters reporters from the SABC Expressions identified these children and this particular story. So it gives us great pride as the SABC to be involved, and specifically from the SABC, amongst our responsibilities is corporate social investment. So I come from that office. Amongst other pillars that we service is vulnerable children. So that is why it was very easy for us to partner with all other institutions and get involved today on Mandela Day. You know that as the SABC, we are celebrating Mandela Day under the theme of serving, lend a hand. That's a theme that we've been rallying around throughout this month. So we are lending a hand, and the best way we know how as the SABC, as a public broadcaster, is to make sure that everybody know we shine the spotlight at the end of the day, so that the lives of the children, the lives of the people can be better.
This is a powerfully inspiring story. I mean, Kochai, if you can hear the noise in the background, this is community members who are excited, who've come in their numbers to obviously celebrate this important milestone for the young people. I'd like to say Guti SABC, independent and impartial, but I think we should add there impactful at the same time. But I want to know from you, Sister Bisa, I mean, you were able to assist the kids in terms of having birth certificates. I mean, what will that mean to changing their lives moving forward? Because it's nice to be here and to celebrate a moment, but we also need to take into consideration a process. What's going to happen moving forward from here onwards? So what will this mean for them to have those necessary identification documents that they have?
In fact, let me just try and explain what happened, because after hearing the plight of these children, we visited assessing the plight as well as providing a relief. And then what happened is that upon arrival, we discovered that there are 4 children, aged 13, 4 important identified a relief. And then what happened is that upon arrival, we discovered that there are 4 children, aged 13, 4, 8, and 9, and then apparently they had recently lost their mother. And then out of the 4 children, the 2 had the father that could not be identified, and then the other 2, the father can be identified. So that prompted us to implement Regulation 11.1 as USASA, because it is a regulation that allows us to consider a social grant application without even whilst the other person is looking for the relevant documents from the relevant department. So we implemented that. That is the child support grant for the 4 children, as well as the child support grant top up for the orphaned children, the 2, because the 2 have got the father, and then the other 2, the father could not be traced. So we've got the 4 CSG for the 4 children and the 2 CSG top up for the orphaned children. And then the team for social development, they managed to negotiate with the maternal aunt, so the children now they are staying under the care of the maternal aunt, because they are still young to stay with no protection and care. So that's what we have done for them. And then we're planning to place them formally now, following the necessary processes, so that at the end of the day we can do a foster child grant.
I mean, this is indeed exciting news. Siyabulela. Can you hear my Xhosa is like coming together, hey? Siyabulela. We continue with this very important Mandela Day celebration from your number 1 youth current affairs show. After the break, we are going to be officially handing over the home to these very, very deserving beneficiaries. You're watching Expressions. We'll be back right after this. We are commemorating Mandela Day in a spectacular way here on Expressions. As you know, we are your number 1 youth current affairs show. We're coming to you live all the way from Umtata. Today, we are handing over a home to, a child-headed household. And as you can see, because there's so many stakeholders, people who've come on board to make a difference and to improve the lives of children who definitely need it. As I said, just before the break, I said, this is the moment of truth that we've all been waiting for, where we officially open and hand over this beautiful home to the children here. I'm going to ask Usizwe to officially just basically, sorry, Mama, can you ceremonially just do that for us, just to hand over the home to Abantwana?
Apart from handing over this home to Daniel and his brothers, we are also opening the doors for their future. We are blessing them. We have no doubt that they will have a very bright future. I'm officially opening the doors.
Hallelujah! So, Mobukhedu Kochae, obviously you want to see what this beautiful, beautiful home looks like. So, Masingenene, let's go inside, just so that we can show the viewers, Kochae, what the amazing work that you've managed to done, and of course with everybody with hands on deck. Hold on, Bapia Bantuana. Can we ask, is Kia just to can they officially be the ones that open the door? So Mobukhedu Kochae, we're just going to ask the older brother, so besiqala nje ukuthi uvule umnyango for the first time as this home is officially handed to you. Ungasivulela? Yebo. So those are obviously community members, happy, jubilation all around, just a beautiful moment indeed, I think, for us as expressions, but of course for, this family. I mean, Kholosa knows very well that this was not what it looked like before. As you can see, we're in the makeshift kitchen. It's definitely a huge difference what it was. As you can see, the kitchen cabinets, kuna microwave, there's a stove, there's a fridge. This is really what dignity actually looks like. And the fact that as expressions and SABC could be a part of something this incredible is just mind-blowing. Can we go into the other side of the house? Tata Majola, I think let me also speak to you. Masingene, Tata, Masingene. This is a bedroom. If anybody had watched expressions before this moment, they would not believe Uguti, this is the same house. What does something like this mean to the community? But most importantly, what does it mean to you to have been part of improving the lives of such vulnerable children?
No, I must say that firstly, this is not the same house. It's not a renovated house. The old house where the kids used to stay is on the other side, in the same village. The Sizwe Khupelo Foundation started from nowhere. There was nothing where we are standing. But I think what he has done is what we want to see in South Africa. And this is what Tata Nelson Mandela meant by saying we need to change the way society treats its children and youth. Having government, the civil society organizations, the foundation like the one of Sizwe Khupelo, working together to improve the quality of lives of children. This is what we want to see. We worked together with everyone, including the government, because as we are here, the government of the Eastern Cape is aware that we're here. The Premier knows that we are here. But at the same time, we want to thank the community for caring for these children. But on top of that, Sizwe Khupelo for changing, because he has totally changed the life or the lives of these poor kids. But today, Dennis is laughing. His siblings are laughing. They are smiling. When they walk to school, waking up from this home, they will be smiling. And tomorrow, we will see the chartered accountants, the attorneys, the advocates. Thanks.
To have been part of such a powerful story like that, to know that you made a difference in the lives of children is hopefully inspiring to you as a South African Kochai. And this is what 67 minutes actually means, to say, we can do a little bit with what we have where we are. So siyabonga kakhulu, siyabulela kakhulu, I think, when it comes to this. But I want to bring in our beneficiary as well. Singenile apha lazohlala khona. Uziva kanjani? I-community yonke ikhona, bakujabulele. Ufila kanjani?
Ndiziva ndonwabile kakhulu ukuba ndiyabona into zethu ziyalunga, yonke into iyasebenza, zonke izinto zisihambela kakuhle, izinto ziyalunga, abantu bazama uba nabo basincedise, bancedise uba sakhelwe indlu.
Eyakho room yile? His room is the one with the big bed, with the big bed. And we're so grateful, and I think our producer Kholosa is here. I don't know if Umbali is around as well, but Kholosa, we've come. I don't want to say we've conquered, but we've made an impact as expressions. And hopefully, this is not a story that's just going to end with this particular family. That, you know, by being a convener, we will hopefully in the future bring in more people. What would you like to say to South Africans out there as we close off, 67 minutes of making a difference, honoring Utata Nelson Mandela?
Africa. This is the beginning, akho end to 67 minutes. Masiqhubekeni nokunceda wherever you are, whatever platform okuyo, isebenzise ukunceda omnye and ukunceda abantwana intsikelelo, because these are our future leaders, so must invest in abantwaneni. Ndiyabulela kakhulu kuMzantsi Afrika njengokuba bendishilo ekuqaleni bana bavuselele imbali kantu ethi umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. It takes a village to raise a child, into esiyibonayo apha, and we really hope inkqubo ezifana no-expressions zizawuqhubeka zibe impactful kwi-communities njengokuba sibona namhlanje.
And please make sure you engage with us on all our social media platforms. Let us know, what did you think about this initiative that we were able to convene and facilitate? What were you doing today on Mandela Day? How did you spend your 67 minutes? And I think I want to say thank you to all the various stakeholders. We want to say thank you. Babsizwe, siyabonga. Thank you so much, Sasa, everybody. And it's so amazing what happens when all of us are able to come together and make a difference. And I think to the young kids, your future is bright. But of course, the celebration does not end. We are going to continue throughout the night celebrating what today actually stands for. From me, Ngqeleni Maphala, and the Expressions team, thank you very much for watching. Happy Mandela Day. Goodbye.
Happy Mandela Day!
Happy birthday!